There's always space for a little dessert, isn't it? Hopefully that counts for the blind date journal of Bollenhut Art as well. Today we are going to have a tiny, hearty filled pocket. Hi there, this is Luise Heinzl. Welcome to my channel Junk Journal Art and welcome to another episode of my blind date journal project in collaboration with Bollenhut Art. If you've never heard about this blind date journal thing, then please check out the info box. I have a playlist link there for you so that you can watch the videos that you perhaps have missed. Today I have to create the dessert of the menu that Susanne has written down for me. And the special thing is that I have to create this in her journal. So what you can see here on the edge of the screen is the journal that Susanne has made for this project. Today I have to create a tiny pocket, and this tiny pocket shall be hearty filled. That's what she has written as some kind of a special prompt. So the first thing that I would like to try to create is the pocket itself, because I think that's the main thing that I have to do here. I have chosen a page from 49 Dragonflies online shop because this project that Susanne and I brought to life is also at the same time a design team project for 49 Dragonflies. So many papers that you can see during this project are from her shop. So as you can see, this as well. And I would like to have a pocket here that has some kind of an unusual format. So I'm trying to get a really strange thingy here that later on can be a little bit not so straight in the journal. I'm always struggling with this English word. In German it's schräg, but I don't know the English word. Later on you will see what I mean. So don't be confused about the bottom of this little pocket. I'm just eyeballing everything and then gluing this together so that it fits into the journal later. The only thing that I have, measured with my eyes was the width of this little pocket, so that it is small enough to fit to the page, but it will peek out a little bit to the side later, but you will see that in a second. And to have a really sturdy opening of this pocket, I'm just gluing this little flip to the other side so that I don't have to cut there, and that this this edge will become really sturdy in the end. And I know there are many tutorials on how to fold such a pocket, or also envelopes or that things. I mean, this looks some kind of an envelope, but to be honest, I'm not so good in teaching you how to do that, because I'm always doing this a little bit different, and I'm doing this intuitively. I mean, I'm looking what is fitting to my project, and then I'm doing it like I want it. And that's the reason why I can't tell you any measurements or something like that. But I think what I want to say is please do that like you want it. I think there's no need for measuring here, because if you have understand the main construction of such a pocket, you can do it in nearly any measurement that you want. So just eyeball that, and in German we would say, der Drops ist gelutscht. Also that means the candy is, in your mouth and then it's away. I don't know the English translation for that. Oh my goodness. Hopefully that makes sense what I'm talking here. As you can see, this fits to the page now. And now I'm gluing I'm gluing this only on two sides. So that has two reasons. The one reason is that when I glue it completely, then the page gets really stiff. And the other reason is when I glue it only on two sides, I have the chance to put something behind the pocket as well. So this is a double pocket when I glue it only on two sides. Then I close my pocket, so yeah, that everything stays in place. And now I'm taking some Distress Oxide ink. This time I decided to use the color Walnut Stain because I thought that this brown would fit a little bit better to the background that Susanne has created in her journal. And I know that Susanne is not the biggest fan of fairies. So that was the reason why I have taken this fairy image, and I'm choosing a second one here. These are always also from Barbara's shop, and I have chosen those because I know that yeah, it's out of her comfort zone to have fairies in a journal. We know each other really, really well, and we are messaging each other every day. And of course, I mean, I want to be honest, every other sentence would be a lie. Of course, we are talking about the printables of 49 Dragonflies. I mean, we are both in her design team, and of course, we are talking about our ideas, our projects, and what we want to do next. When Barbara is publishing a new printable, we are always talking about that, and we are discussing, is that beautiful in our eyes, or do we want to do something with it, and so on. And I know from these discussions that Susanne is not the biggest fan of these fairies. That has nothing to do with Barbara's work, of course not. But it's this, there are two groups of people. The one group loves fairies, and the other group is hating fairies. And I think, yeah, Susanne is not the biggest fan. So I want to challenge her eyes, her emotions, her experience with this journal, and that's the reason why I have put the fairies here. And she has written that I shall fill this pocket hearty. In German, it's a really strange word because you can use that for so many things. It's not only a heart-shaped thing, but a sausage, for example, with a spicy sauce is also hearty. I don't know how this is in English, but that's the reason why I have put some flower die cuts into this little pocket, because for me they are hearty as well, even if they are not heart-shaped. And Susanne has no die cut or embossing machine, so I wanted to make a little surprise and give her a little bit joy to have these die cuts, because she can't cut some by herself, and I hope that she will like this little surprise and this little gift. So I thought, instead of creating something heart-shaped, I make it more surprising than she would perhaps expect it. Now I need something that I can put behind my pocket and into this little tuck spot that I have created with the both fairies. I have decided to make two tags. These come from Barbara's shop as well, from one of her printables. By the way, all the links are down below in the description box. You can find everything there, what you need. So if you want to have these things for yourself and print them out for your own projects, you will find everything down below in the description box. This butterfly comes also from 49 Dragonflies shop. I think this fits really well to this yellow background. Now I'm adding some of this silvery thread that Susanne has sent to me. If you have watched my other videos, you know that this thread is really important for Susanne because this comes from her grandmother. And for me, this was a really, really interesting experience to use that, because normally I only see her using it and I'm seeing it on my phone and not in reality. I mean, when I watch her videos, I see this thread, but of course I can't touch it. I can't work with it. And this was really interesting. And at the same time, of course, I wanted to edit in a way that she also likes it, because this is a true treasure for her and I don't want to waste it. And yeah, so now we have that. So I'm just checking if this fits in here. The blue tag in the background, I think, fits the best to this background. I mean, this blue and the green that Susanne has made are matching really well. And now I'm taking out my poetry journal. This was also a design team project for 49 Dragonflies. I will link the playlist of the 49 Dragonflies design team projects down below as well, so that you can check that out if you want. And the other day I made a page that's dedicated to fairies, and of course, I've used Barbara's printables as well. And these little quotes come from Barbara's shop as well. I'm so happy, Barbara, if you're watching. This is so cool that you have these quotes, because you have so much to choose from. And these are so versatile. I think, yeah, if you want to make a fairy journal or a fairy themed page, you need to have these. This is so cool. They have a really cool size. Of course, you can print them in different sizes, but they are perfect like they are. So I have chosen a quote that I want to put into Susanne's journal. The rest comes here back into this little pocket that I have in my poetry journal. And this says, "I believe in fairies, I do, I do." And yeah, now comes the hardest part to explain this, because if you are not so happy with fairies in your journal, as I said before, Susanne is not the biggest fan of fairies. It has something to do with the fact if you believe in fairies or not. If you believe in fairies, you will love them in your journal. I think. That's only my opinion, of course, but I think so. And if you don't believe in them, you also don't like them in your journals. Does that make sense? So I thought I will give her something to believe in. Perhaps she will believe in fairies one time, perhaps through this page, when she is looking at this, and perhaps she thinks, oh, that's cute, and there's little fairy dust that I'm spritzing here with white gesso, and perhaps, do you know what I mean? This imagination in her brain is beginning to work. That's my hope. And for this quote is perfectly suitable, I think. Explaining this in English, what's in my head, is not always so easy, but I think you always give me the feedback that you understand what I mean. So hopefully this time it's also the case. So here I'm using some fairy materials as well to jazz this little cluster up a little bit that Susanne already made to this page. By the way, this left page with the orange and blue flowers and also the butterfly come from 49 Dragonflies shop as well. And I think these things fit really, really well together if you make some little tricks. So here I'm trying to bring the both color schemes together. On the right page, we have much red and this rosé behind this rabbit on the bottom. On the left page, we have orange. That's normally not so, not so harmonious with the red. But with this oversized butterfly, I think everything makes sense. Hopefully in your eyes as well. And Susanne also likes those extreme color combinations. So I thought I can do that, and I think I was brave enough to do that. So here I'm trying to punch a hole into the page, and as you could see, there's missing a part of this video because I wanted to punch the page, and then I realized that Susanne obviously had put some fabric onto the other page. I mean, on the backside of this page. And when I punched, my punch was hold by this little fabric, and I couldn't bring it out. So I had to, yeah, I think it took me 15 or 20 minutes to get this crazy punch out of the page. I was nearly crying because I thought I have to send the journal back to Susanne with the punch attached to the journal. But as you can see, I could manage to bring that off. And now I'm just gluing this punched circle below this wing of the butterfly, so that we have a little bit more interest there as well. And also some of the color that we have on the right side is now on the left side of the page. To make this whole a little bit more dimensional, I took a black art crayon and just smeared it around with my finger a little bit, so that you can see it a little bit better and that it's grunched up a little bit. Susanne likes this black really much. She is using that in her projects really often, and so I'm hoping that she likes this style of this little hole there. And now I'm trying to get some ribbons to my tags, and to make this journal not too bulky, I've decided to staple this ribbon to the tag. That's also a thing Susanne also often is using her stapler, and I know that she likes this stapled optic. So yeah, that is good in two ways, because on the one hand, I have something where I know that she will like it, and the other thing is that the journal gets not so bulky. Then yeah, with a knot or something like that in this ribbon, it would be way thicker. So here I'm attaching a little bulb pin with this squirrel charm. So I found that in my stash, and I thought that looks really nice. And I think Susanne is using her bulb pins on the one hand not so often, and on the other hand in a totally different way than I would do it. So I attached this here in my style and in my way, as inspiration for her, so that she perhaps can do that in her future journals as well, if she likes it. Yeah, of course, if she don't like it, she will not do it. And now I'm trying to get a little bit more of this fairy feeling to the frame of the page. I'm using some golden gilding wax and just applying that with my finger in a really straight way, so that these pages get some kind of a frame. Yeah, so I think this project is such a cool thing. So if you ever have the chance to find a partner and do this project with a partner, please, please, please do it. So this is only the, this is the first exchange of our both journals, and it's already so exciting and so surprising, so much fun, so that I only can encourage you to search for a partner and try to do this project with a partner. So feel free to use the comment section to search for a partner, and perhaps you will find someone, and perhaps you can experience what we both are experiencing here. So while I'm stenciling here, I would like to tell you something about how this whole project will go on in the future. So when I have finished this, I have to write a new menu for Susanne. You will see that in the end of this video. And I have to put that into her journal. Then this journal will go into a box, and I will ship it to Susanne. And Susanne will do the same thing with my journal. That means she will get her journal back with a new menu that she has to create in her journal, and I will get my journal back with a new menu that she has written and that I have to create in my own journal. Of course, we will record some videos about that. But what I want to say is that you please, please, please have to be a little bit patient. we have to manage the shipping and the creating process, of course, the recording, editing, and that stuff of the videos, so that it will take a while until the next videos will go online. It will be at the end of December that you can see the next videos of this series, if everything goes like we want it. So please, please, please don't be sad and be a little bit patient. I can tell you, you have really much to do in December, because I think I can say that here. Perhaps you have seen the little trailer as well. I have a really cool ephemera series on my YouTube channel in December. That's a collaboration with 49 Dragonflies. It's a really, really huge, massive ephemera fun series. I can't find big enough words for this. And you definitely have no boring time during December. So yeah, you know what I want to say. Stay tuned. You will have lots of fun. I promise that to you. Okay, so I wanted to make some surprises for Susanne in the end of this. I mean, my main page is finished. This dessert page is finished, but I wanted to give her something to experience and to explore in her own journal. And for that I have this little leaf die cut. This is a HOLTZ die cut, brand new in my stash. I'm so happy about this. These things are so cool. Thank you, HOLTZ. If you ever watch my videos, you are definitely the best with these die cut things and everything. I absolutely love that. And by the way, I'm new to these things. I mean, I have not so many die cuts in my stash, and I'm experiencing my first steps with die cutting. So I'm really thrilled about these things. And the other day I made these leaves, and I have shown Susanne some pictures of that. And when Susanne sees the color combination blue and gold and some black, she is freaking out. She said, "Oh, Luisa, that looks so beautiful." You say, in German we say this, it's so beautiful. Do you know what I mean? We say it obviously wrong, and don't try to get this feeling of the English language, so it sounds like beautiful instead of beautiful. And we talked about this in such a jokey way. And she said, "Oh, I have no die cut machine, I have no embossing machine, and you've used these HOLTZ die cuts and your embossing folders and gold, and that looks so beautiful." So I decided that I want to make a little surprise for her, and make this journaling card with exactly this leaf that I've shown her on the picture. So Susanne, hopefully you will like this. And first of all, I wanted to put this into this very interesting pocket that Susanne has created on this page. But when I've put that in this pocket, I didn't like it anymore. I wanted to have this leaf full on the card, and I mean, it's full on the card. Louise. I wanted this to be seen in its full length. Does that make sense? If I put it into the pocket, the half of the leaf has gone, and that's not so nice. So I've searched for another background page where I can put this, and this seems to be much better because the background is way more calm and not so extreme, so that this card that now I will turn into a belly band is popping out way more than before. Oh, excuse me, please. Now I have glued this only on the top and the bottom, so that the middle part is not glued, and Susanne can use this as a belly band, as I said, and she can put some photos or a letter or whatever behind it. Okay, so here I'm showing you the details of this page. I think in the camera sometimes different things come out not so real. So if you want to see my work in detail, please follow me on Instagram. I'm at Luise Heinzl. You can also see that on the bottom of the video screen. there you can find some more detailed pictures and that stuff. So I would be really happy if you follow me there. You can also find the link down below in the description box, of course. And of course, we will need a new menu. So I have talked about that before. I've just taken a little really neutral card and made a little collage onto this card to be able to write the new menu for Susanne. And now this thing has to do with thinking. Susanne has to think about what she has to do, especially in this starter prompt. The starter has to be something that I have seen in her journal. That's this little flip out paper thingy with this little there was this little rosé botanical on top, and if you flip it, then you can see some round book page scraps with some gesso around. If you have missed that and if you don't know what I'm talking about, check out my first video of this series where I'm flipping through Susanne's journal, and you will see that I was so thrilled about this little thingy. So in the first video, I've asked her already if she can do something like this for me as well, but I wanted to be sure that she will do it. So I made it as the starter for the new menu so that I can make sure that she has to do it. She must do this for me. So why does this has to do with thinking? That's a really simple reason. I'm writing the starter to this menu card now. This menu card will go into Susanne's journal. Susanne will get this journal back and she has to create this menu in her own journal. Do you know what I mean? My journal will be back at me with Susanne's menu, and I have to create in my own journal the next things, and Susanne has to create this in her journal. That means she has to think about how she can create this little floral thing for me so that when I get back her journal, I can take it out and take it for myself and have it for my own journal. That means she can draw it and glue it to a page and allow me to tear the page out of the journal so that I have this piece for myself. Or she has to make a little tuck spot or a pocket and put this loose little paper into it so that I can take it out the next time when I get her journal back. Hopefully that was not too confusing for you, but just watch the next videos and you will see how we can manage it and how Susanne will do this. And of course, I will contact Susanne in the meantime and explain that to her, because sometimes, and she says that about herself, sometimes she's a little bit confused about the things that I am talking. But yeah, I think that's a normal thing. Many people are confused about what I'm talking and what I am thinking in my head. Okay, so let's put this little closure here. So this is the original closure that Susanne has made for this journal so that everything can stay in place. Let's dress this journal up a little bit so that it can go to its next blind date in a really beautiful outfit. So this will go into the package now and it will go back to Susanne. If you want to know what Susanne did with my journal, then please check out the info box. There's also the link to Susanne's channel and her videos, and then you can watch her create in my journal. Her videos are in German, but I think it's a lot of fun to watch her because her style is so different than mine. I hope you will enjoy this series and I hope you will be really creative until we see the next time. Thank you very much for watching and joining me today. See you!